Hey everybody, my name is Brian Huff and welcome to Huffoto Presents Beyond the Lens podcast. I'm joined today by Miss Ebony Campbell.
Hello. How is everyone? Excited.
I know, I'm so excited for this. And to give some context for, we're recording this on Sunday. So you're not going to hear it till Friday because we don't know what the weather holds.
I plan on being stuck at least till Thursday, possibly longer than that.
Well, it looks like we're going to get our entire winter this week.
Yeah, they told me 9 inches earlier. It keeps going up in inches each day it gets closer. So the last report earlier today was 9 inches.
Wow. That's, I noticed there was a weather report for Alabama, and they had sort of pushed the heaviest snow, according to their news reports, below us down in the Mississippi and Alabama.
Yes.
And so everybody keeps moving it, I think, to where they get the most snow.
Yes. It's like, it's a competition now. It's like, we got to out-snow you.
Right. Well, I'm excited because, like you, I won't mind being home for a few days.
No.
It'll be fine. I recently went to the winter remix, the last one they're doing, and that was a lot of fun. There were a lot of cosplayers and stuff, and so now that that's not going to be the first con of the year, I guess Corinth will be unless something takes its place.
Yes, because they always get in ahead to make sure no one misses them during the summer. Isn't that how they do it?
I don't know. You know, I've never, to all the conventions around here, that's the only one I've never been to, is the Anime Blues Con.
Like, I've been wanting to go, and I'm sad that now this is their last, because
Well, just the remix. They're still going to do the summer ones.
Oh, okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Okay, I'll still be able to. I'm happy again now.
Right. Well, we've got 4 conventions back to back in March.
Oh my gosh.
So that's going to be interesting. So the first weekend's Jackson, second weekend is Haywood.
I'm gonna try to go to that. I missed
fun.
that last year.
Last year it was a Friday, Saturday. This year's going to be a Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So they moved it back a little bit. And then the weekend after that, third weekend's Tupelo. And they've got super exciting stuff. If anybody listening hasn't listened to episode 1, go back and listen to what's going on in Tupelo because it's exciting.
I love Tupelo. I love Corinth too. It's just the energy either way. It's just already, I just hyped to be around people of my peers that are just as nerdy and wonderful as me.
So when did you actually get into cosplay?
Well, I like to say that, Halloween was always my favorite just holiday anyway.
Right.
But I started seeing people dressing up for fun and actually, doing cosplay. It wasn't in the area as much, but they inspired me to just keep on at it. So I goof off and buy my random little things and wear it just like a normal day. And that makes me happy. So I kept on doing that.
Well, I think it makes other people around you happy too because they see someone that's not afraid, that's brave enough to do something out of the ordinary.
And that's true.
And that's kind of inspiring to people to go, oh, wait a minute. That's something I didn't think about. I enjoy this too. And it's crazy because how many people come up and talk to you at work and be like, oh, I didn't know anybody else was interested in this or did this or...
They get so tickled, and it's like a light of joy just comes in from their eyes. They're so happy to talk about it. They're happy I like it. And it's like, I'm so glad. It's like, I would never thought, just looking at you, there were. It's like, okay, the elf ears didn't give you away. Of course. I loved it. And I guess like they'd always threw me into competitions when I was younger, like modeling and stuff like that. I hated modeling.
Really?
So I hated it with a passion. I don't know, it's just so competition,
Right.
cutthroat with them. It wasn't fun because it's worse than a job just to put on clothes and just fit some image. With this, it's your imagination, what you want, how you feel to be, and all the ladies that I've met over the last few years at these cons, they are so incredible. They
Right.
build my confidence up. They give me tips on, it's like, I'll be like, oh, I can't make that. You made that on your own. There's like, girl, you better stop. Yes, you can. And they will guide and direct me and help
Right.
me through it. It's just the best people. It's,
Yep.
it's all about having fun and just embracing the moment.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I've noticed in the 2 years that I've been involved is it is an actual community more so than I've seen any, other people say, oh, in this community and blah, blah, blah. But this is really a community and becomes more and more like a family the more you're around it.
Exactly. It's like, Lord forbid, if I wasn't able to make it to Corinth Con, I've already had people coming, you are going, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm going to go. I'm going to make it there. I won't be having a table set up this year, or it just kind of snuck up on me this year. A lot of stuff going on. But I'm going to be there, and I'm going to help support every single one of my friends and peers that are there.
2 of our friends are going to have a table there that I'm really excited for. I think we need to talk about them.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Trinity and Ashley's table with the little makeup, the things they've made.
The oddities.
Yes.
Oh, my God. They had approached me about it and told me what they were doing, and I was like, yes, I'm all for it. I was like, this is wonderful. How you can take something that is
It's dead.
it's dead. Yeah, it's dead. You dead, and you actually make beautiful art with it. That is superb to me. And that's the true artist right there. You take something that nobody wants nothing with, and you turn that into beauty.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating to me that, and I love the name that they came up with. It's like necrofloristry or something like, just
Yes.
something like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, that's so creative. And it fits so well what they're doing. And they're going to probably freak out because they didn't know we were going to sit here and talk about them.
We are talking all about you, and yes, you're getting some of my money for sure. I know.
That's another great thing is there's so many cool artists at these, and of course now with Trinity's family, it runs in the family with Jonathan
yes.
and everybody in that family is super creative.
Yes.
And, I got to get Jonathan on here and talk to him about what all he does. But now you've been doing this stuff for a while. Do you paint or draw or do any of these other things as well?
I've been messing with epoxy. I've gotten super good with that. I've just started making like little night lights and statuettes.
Cool.
And I wish I would have, been able, I used all of it up, my whole gigantic jugs of it, making Christmas presents and really giving them away this year. Testing it out, seeing how well everyone liked and enjoyed it. They loved it.
Okay.
So I was like, yes, I got that down. Then I've gotten to candle making.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, they have given me so much support with that. That was astonishing. Unfortunately, I'm staying with my parents at the moment, so I don't have much of a space. That got very messy.
Right.
But it was wonderful, and I was like, okay, I can do this. So I'm going to get back to this.
I'm a candle nut. I love candles.
Oh my God. When I found out how easy and simple it was, yes, I was like, okay, this is something I'm going to continue doing.
It's so hard for me to find a fragrance for a candles are so interesting to me because the fragrance kind of changes when you make those. And I'm always trying to find a certain, I don't know what it is. I don't even know how to describe it. I know it when I smell it. And I found one at a store recently that I just completely fell in love with. And it was a handmade one. And so they only had like 2. And we got both of them. And they've never had this particular, it was like a seasonal fragrance. So they've not had it back. And it was a big box store. So I'll probably never, but I really wish I could find somebody that could figure out what fragrances is
I know.
and replicate it. Because
I need
it
your
smells
nose.
so
Identify
good.
this.
Yeah, it smells so good. But I like earthy
Yes.
fragrances. That's a big thing I really enjoy.
I've done earthy, of course, to satisfy the male demographic. And then, of course, ladies, they kind of like the sweet smell. I did like Victoria's Secret Love Spell. I got that and used it. And I kind of went to Walmart, of all places, and got like a big bottle of it for like the diffusers. that works so well as great. It works great as well. My friend had told me, it's like, when you're making it, just as soon as you think you have enough, more. That's how you do it. Just add more. No matter if you think it's great, no, add more. And you'll come out great every time.
Well, I know. I was sitting there thinking back to some of the photo shoots that we had done over the years, and one of the ones that I keep coming back to, and I want to revisit, is the blacklight shoot.
Yes.
I really want to do something with blacklight again.
That was so much fun.
That was a blast, and I look back at it, and I just wish that we would have had like more hours to shoot more and more with it, because that was so fun.
Oh my God, I had the best time shooting that, and then just to see how it visually came out, I was like, oh, that's me. I forget sometimes in my pictures that's me, so I was like, and everyone else I show it to, that's you? Yes, that's me.
I met somebody the other day, and I was showing them the magazine, and they were like, that's my cousin.
Yes! Like, she's in there.
Yeah.
Yes!
And they were like, man, she looks good. I was like, yeah, that's Ebony. She's a great Wonder Woman. I believe it was a Wonder Woman was in there. Yeah.
I love that one so much.
That one turned out really good.
Yes.
The blacklight stuff was super fun, and I've just been going through my mind of thinking what else we could do with it. Because we had Taylor here that day that did the makeup stuff.
Yes, Taylor, my baby.
Turned out so good.
She put me onto the fragrance with the candles. Whenever I need help with anything creative, I go to Hobby Lobby and find Taylor.
Yep.
She will tell me everything I need to know, walk it down with me, and I'm ready to go.
Yep. Taylor's another one that we can't do without around here.
No, I could not ever imagine. I really could not.
Well, you know, her and Alex are...
I saw.
Yeah, expecting a third.
I saw.
Congratulations to them.
Congrats, my baby. I already told you, but... Congrats. I'm happy for you so much.
It's going to be awesome.
I know. I can just imagine the beautifulness that's coming from those two.
We're taking bets on how tall this baby's going to be.
Oh, God. Yes.
Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, I feel super fortunate to be able to be a part of all of the stuff that's going on, because it's amazing. And you going back to what you talked about, when you saw the photos and you're like, oh, that's me.
Yes.
As a photographer, I see that happen to people where they see themselves when maybe they've forgotten. And that's addictive to me, to see something comes over a person when their confidence goes up. They stand up a little straighter, their eyes are a little brighter.
Yes.
And they suddenly, just, you can tell. And to me, seeing that happen is just one of my favorite things in the world.
And that's it. It's like, I guess it's kind of like a thing with everyone in a way. It's like we're not seeing ourselves how everyone else is actually seeing us. And like, you are great of showing everyone that you've taken pictures of. I've never seen a bad photo from you at all.
I hide them.
Never. And I'm like,
those get deleted.
okay. We just push that under the rug there. But it brings out the best in you. And it's also the same like in daily life. People will come up to me and they're like, you inspire me so much. Just your confidence, the way your personality is, how you're treating people. You just don't know how much of an influence that is to me. It blew my mind how much popularity I have.
I have trouble finding someone that does not know who you are.
That's it. I go to Tupelo, and of course I went to the cons and stuff like that, but I'm not expecting nobody to like remember, this little girl up the road here. But no, they know me by name. They know about me. They've been following me. It's like, we can't wait till you do something else, please. Like, we are waiting for it. And it's like, really? Yeah. From me? And that's just wonderful. And your photos highlighted and pushed that out. I'm really
glad.
did.
I'm glad.
I give credit solely a lot to your photos, because I'm like, little old me But yeah, it's like, yes, it's like you inspired me to want to do that. And that's the best part of it. Yeah. I'm giving confidence to other people for them to feel free to be themselves and be happy and just, live in the moment.
Right.
If that makes you happy wearing an orange wig, by George, wear that orange wig.
Absolutely.
If you want to wear cat ears all over the place,
seeing them
wear
get
the
that
cat
confidence
ears.
and everything.
It's
and that's happened to me
beautiful.
over the years
It's
too, with like high school
adorable.
seniors even. They'll come in and they'll say, "Did you Photoshop? How much Photoshop did?" I'm like, "No, that's you. That's you." And this is funny. This always gets a laugh. It happens. I know at least 3 times that seniors have booked new photo shoots to come back just for fun, just to take more photos. And they've dumped their boyfriends.
Yes. Like, it's like, excuse me, do you not know who I am? Let me show you this right here. I'm going to remind you right fast. This is me.
So guys out there sorry.
It's nothing more wonderful than a woman actually coming into her own and like, you know what? No, I am that girl.
Right.
I am that. I deserve more. You're either going to give me this or, you know what? Look at this. This is it right here. The world is mine. Is my oyster.
And I remember a cosplayer that I first photographed, the first Tupelo con I did. Her cosplay was amazing. It was one of the first ones she'd ever made herself from scratch. And she won her division. And when she first came to the booth, she did not want her picture made at all. Nothing. And I watched her. She won her division. She got her trophy. And she came off stage. And it was almost like watching. You see those T-shirts of Evolution where you see the different versions of the chimpanzee into a human.
As the chimp
evolves. By the time she got to the booth, she was standing up straight. She's like, "Can I still get my photo done?" I was like, "Yes." And she took her glasses off and she hit her pose and did all of her stuff. And I ended up doing 3 photo shoots with her.
Yes.
And the change was dramatic. And, just empowering people to realize that, like you said, yes, they can. That's addictive.
Yes.
But, so have you got any new cosplays on the horizon? Anything cool coming for 2024?
I'm learning to sew officially. I've gotten the sewing part down, but when the needle breaks, no. I got to get to where I can fix the machine when it messes up so I can continue in sewing. But my project is, I'm trying to make sure this gets done by the end of 2024. I'm making me a Cinderella dress.
Oh.
I found out how to do the LEDs, the wiring. All I need to do now is get the top layer of fabric together and pretty.
One of the things I'm working with, we've been trying to work with sheer fabrics in the studio, and I've got a new gobo coming in because every year, we're always trying to, what can we do next? What can we do? We went with the smoke, and then we went with the lights, and then we colored the lights, and now I'm got this thing coming in that allows me to shape the light. So I literally put like a stripe of light or a triangle or a square or like a rays of light.
Yes.
So it's got this metal discs with these different shapes that you put in it. And then you can focus it and unfocus it.
Right.
So my thoughts are now, can we put shapes through the smoke?
Oh.
And change. And so now that's my next challenge to myself is to try to figure out if we can do all that in the 1 to 3 minutes that we usually have at a Comic-Con to photograph people.
Like we just got to get in the little time frame and the space you're working with to make magic happen at its greatest potential.
But it's super fun to me because when I'm at the Comic-Cons, it's like boom, 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 boom. Everything's moving so fast. And then when I actually have a real photo shoot, it's like, oh, we've got an hour.
Yeah,
we can do a million things.
Yes, we can play.
So it helps me tremendously. But so man, I'm so ready. Like you, I'm so ready for this year.
I'm so ready. It's like I got my own soldering gun.
Okay.
I was like, I already got the solder gun. just so I can do the LED lights shining
Right.
through it. And so it's like I've got all that. I've got the tools and everything I need. I just got to learn to
Don't
sew.
breathe that stuff.
No.
Don't breathe that
No.
stuff. That's terrible.
They've warned me so much. And they said, make sure you heat this before you actually go to actually solder.
Right.
You got to heat it up. It's like, y'all just stay on me. I'm going to be all right.
YouTube videos. I mean,
Yes.
YouTube is, I've learned so much. I think I've learned more from YouTube than I did from high school at this point.
And I need a visual. I do. I need that visual, them kind of breaking it down. That's how I
Right.
made my cat ears.
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be so hard. I've got to sew it. No. They showed me a great way to cut that out and I sewed all of them. I was a little ashamed last year when I brought them to, I don't know. We always are our worst critics.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I can see what flaw or how I want it to be. It didn't quite turn out in my head how I wanted it.
Right.
But everyone else coming, oh my God, you made these?
Yep.
That's the best feeling in
Yeah,
the world.
I hate things that after about 2 years, I'll look back at what I've photographed. And just recently, it's not as bad. So I'm like, maybe I'm getting better, because normally I'll look back at a year or two and go, oh gosh, what was I thinking? Why did I do this? Why didn't I do this? Or why didn't I do that? Or why didn't I stand them over here? Or why didn't I use this light? And then, like you said, we're our own worst critic. And I think it's the curse of the artist.
It is.
But at the same time, I think that it's also how we get better. And, we're constantly trying to challenge ourselves.
Yeah, it's
And,
like we'll see what we don't like. And even though it's great to other people, we're going to still work to make it better in our eyes. And it's only going to get us great.
Yeah.
Greatness comes from that, constantly striving.
And that, in talking about that, suddenly you start realizing that mistakes aren't mistakes, they're lessons, as long as you learn from them.
Yes.
If you repeat them, that's another thing.
Yeah, it's like, don't I mean, you try about 5 times. I think we can hang it up now.
But-
It's not going to work. It's not.
That sounds like me with, I tried, I bought a book one time trying to learn how to sketch. And I'm like, no, no. I have done a disservice to this paper and this pencil.
Yes.
I won't go back to my camera now.
Yes. But I don't know. In the way, it's like people look at it as art or fashion or something like that. And I don't, gosh, what is the word I'm looking for?
It's almost like it's, of course, art and fashion. I guess fashion is art.
It is.
Cosplay is almost like living art.
It is. That's how I see it as. It's like the first year I went to Tupelo Con, that was my first year going. My daughter come with me. And to see someone create wings that expand
Oh, yeah.
and then just come back down, I was
I
like,
remember the one you were talking about. She had a car battery on her back. And had
Yes.
those massive metal wings that were like 12 feet wide. That was insane.
she was so sweet. Like she had a whole conversation breaking down how she did it with me. And I was like, wow, that's what it does. It brings out like that kind of nerd scientific feel with me. It's like, okay, I have to learn how to do this. I
Right.
must. I have to break down why, how, and I've got to do it.
That's an interesting concept, too, because I think that once people realize how much we learn through what we are doing, and the reason why we're learning easier is we're playing. And I've always told, I've had conversations before with school higher ups and everything, and I've told them, I'm like, you're using the wrong 4-letter words. And they're
Yes.
like, look at me funny. I'm like, you use the word work too much. And I was like, you really should switch that with the word play.
Right.
And I think you would see a change, because when I had the game store here, we had mind games and we did, D&D and Magic the Gathering. And in those 5 years, I watched kids' grades. They would bring the report cards to the store.
Yes.
And they're like, look at this. And their reading and mathematics skills were going up, and they didn't understand. And I'm like, because you're playing, you're doing this, but at the same time, you're being subjected to critical thought, and you're having to think on your feet and do mathematics, and you have to strategize. And like in cosplay, you're engineering,
Yes.
and you're, soldering and doing electrical work to make a dress. I mean, you're
Exactly.
blending all these different disciplines.
Yes.
And so
Constantly learning new trades I never thought I would actually get into. But the more you sit there and play, like you say, you're just like, well, I can do this. Surely I can do this.
Right.
And at first it seems so hard, but once you do it, you're like, wow, this is easier than I thought.
yeah,
This is wonderful.
It's just getting over that. I think it's that first. I think a lot of it's fear of failure. And I had somebody ask me the other day something, and I said, well, about failure, and I was like, I'm not afraid to fail, but I am afraid to fail slowly.
Yes.
I want to fail quickly so I can get back up and try something else.
And that's it.
So don't be afraid to fail. Just don't fail slowly.
That's it. Yes.
The one thing we all don't have is unlimited time.
That is something, no, we do not.
But I'm super excited for this year. I'm sitting here as we're talking. I'm watching over your shoulder, and the snow is actually building up on the roof.
Oh God,
across
yes.
the street, and I can't actually believe I'm seeing what I'm seeing this early because I thought it wasn't going to be here till like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it crept up on us.
It's 3 o'clock
quick.
and it's already here.
Yeah.
So we may just wrap it up and
Yeah,
head for
'cause
the safety.
I am in the boony docks, and I'm gonna be snowed in for real. I'm not gonna be moving for 3-4 days.
No, my driveway goes straight down,
Yes.
and then it's uphill in both directions to get out of my neighborhood.
Right.
So when we get in, we're locked down. It's no movement for us. So.
But we're prepared, so it's good.
Yeah, I'm going to take my computer home. I'm going to, luckily it's a laptop. So I'm going to go home and just chill out by the fireplace
Yes.
and work on stuff and get ready for Corinth Con and hope the roads are clear by then.
Exactly.
Surely they will be.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's gonna get a little bit above freezing.
I'm
Thursday.
so shocked, though, because I lived in Mississippi pretty much since I was 6.
Yes.
And the one thing I've never seen, I saw yesterday. Mississippi is salting their roads.
Someone told me that, and it shocked me to death.
I was like, what?
I was like, what? They don't believe in salt. What do you mean?
I was like, okay, this is bad. I was like, somebody somewhere knows something
yeah.
is really coming that Mississippi suddenly has salt trucks and they are salting the road.
Yes, it's going to be bad. It is going to be bad. I've never in my life heard that, and they're salting it now.
So funny. Well, Ebony, thank you so much for joining me today and coming out. We'll have to do this again. And we're going to have to get in the studio again here pretty quick.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's coming on. Like, as soon as the cons start, it's like a breath. It's like, yes.
Yes.
It's
you
time.
get that first one, you just start to get moving.
That's it.
Yep.
It's like, I'm ready now. Bring everybody, bring all my loved ones, and let's all be great, wonderful nerds together and embrace it. Yes.
Well, everybody out there for listening, thank you for listening, and we will see you guys on the next episode.